Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got 3 replays in the Eastern Alliance Era 1 Tech Tree medium tank, the Skoda T50. Now if you do like the video, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, as it really does help out the channel. And yes, the Skoda T50, it is the second Era 1 tank in the Czech/Romanian Eastern Alliance Cold War branch. And again, as always, we're going to be showing you stock, the middle gun, fully upgraded, so you get a feel for what the tank is like as it goes through the grind, essentially. And obviously this tank has been around for a wee bit, same as the tank after it, same as the TR580 and the TR125, etc. But we're going to show all those off, as well as the newer vehicles that are coming out, and we're going to see how they go about their games as well. So yes, this Skoda T50, while it is stock, it's a single shot gun. It's a 100mm A20. It is a single shot. It's got 205 penetration on the standard AP rounds, 240 penetration on the premium APCR, and 50mm penetration on the standard HE. You got 6.64 second reload, which is 2.9k DPM, with a 0.28 accuracy at 100 meters with the build that I run, 2.63 accuracy during movement, which is really not very good, and 0.85 accuracy during rotation, which is very meh. You got 8 degrees gun depression, which is quite nice, and 1.9 second aim time, meaning that this gun does aim in very, very quickly. Generally, the penetration on it on the standard is good enough. If you need to pen anything, you just load the premium rounds. On the whole, I didn't find the stock gun on this vehicle too bad, and generally the stock grind wasn't too bad either. You've got a 55km/h top speed while stock, with a 22km/h reverse speed and a 750 horsepower engine. 19.69 horsepower per ton ratio means you get to your top speed quite easily, and I do run the traction system to get up to that 55km/h top speed as well. 45.72 degrees a second on the hull rotation speed, with 37.38 degrees a second on the turret rotation speed, means that this stock turret does turn way slower than the tracks, and that can be a little bit frustrating, so, you know, bear that in mind. And that is running rapid aim with clutch braking and all that sort of stuff as well, so it's one of those things that when you get to the crew, you might want to drop the clutch braking. It's really down to you. Ground resistances don't hold the tank back whatsoever either. They are very, very good. That's the same as it is in Cold War in general. In Cold War, ground resistance really doesn't matter that much at all, as they all seem to have ridiculously low ground resistances. 476 meters of view range means you'll spot for yourself quite well in this vehicle as well, which is quite nice for the tank. The one thing I didn't mention is you have 940 meters a second shell velocity on the standard AP, with 1062 meters a second shell velocity on the premium APCR, meaning that the standard velocity is below par really, and the premium velocity is just above average. But yeah, generally the stock grind on this vehicle wasn't too bad. I felt like I could stand up for myself. I felt like I could deal damage quite easily. It felt very consistent, and that was what was nice about this Skoda T50 while we were stock. So what do I run in terms of a crew and equipment on this tank? Well, I run the same as I will do on pretty much the whole line. It's a very catch-all crew, and that is Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Track Mechanic, Clutch Braking, and Rapid Aim, with Vents, the Gun Stabilizer, and Traction System. Traction system to be able to get to 55km/h, the gun stabilizer to get the accuracy during movement and rotation down as low as possible. That's the same as having all 3 gun perks as well, and vents to get the best out of everything on this tank. Now, we don't get the option to run the gun rammer on this vehicle, because when you get fully upgraded, you get an autoloader, so that's why it doesn't get that. But vents generally will make everything about the tank, like the accuracy, the DPM, etc., better. That's why I run it. The traction system is nice to have, so you can get up to that 55km/h top speed. It makes you even more mobile than you already are, which is great. It makes you even super mobile when you get fully upgraded as well. And then the gun stabilizer, because yeah, your accuracy during movement at 2.63 with the gun stabilizer and all the gun perks really isn't very good anyway, so you really want to help that if you can. And 0.85 accuracy during rotation would be way worse if we didn't help out with the gun stabilizer / crew perks, right? So that's why I run those stuff. So as you can see with this first game, we are on Westfield. We've managed 5.1k damage so far with 3k assistance. There's the 4005, Mr. 183mm gun. I need to get rid of you if we can. So we put a shot into him, and he gets finished off by the Shark 25T. We're just keeping our eye on that opposite ridgeline, because we know there was a T34 over there. We're just waiting for the gun to aim in, and even though we've got 1.9 second aim time, because the aim circle blooms out quite poorly, you can just see how long it feels like it takes forever to get aimed in in. It's like, please, gun, aim in. I want to do the damage, which can be that little bit frustrating with this tank. Now, this is one of those things. This tank does revolutionize when you do get to the top gun. And I know that sounds like a silly thing to say, right? But it just changes the way it plays as well. Because you go from being a single shot to an autoloader. And that autoloader is just delightful. But, like I say, this single shot isn't too bad. I found that the middle gun, though, is a hateful experience. But we'll get there in a second. As we finish that first game with the epic victory, 4 kills, 5.6k damage, the ace tanker, the sniper, with the 1833 base XP, really nice game there for the Skoda T50 while stock, showed it off. It can be pretty consistent and it can be pretty nice when it's stocked, to be perfectly honest with you. But now we're on to the second replay, and in this second replay we are now fully upgraded with the middle gun. So we've not got the top gun yet, but we've got the middle gun. So on this vehicle, when you get to this point, the tank feels ultra mobile. It's very, very nice in that regard. We've now got 66 km/h top speed, which is great. 27.5 km/h reverse speed, which is, again, fantastic. 1,000 horsepower engine, which is 25.25 horsepower per ton ratio, which means that this this tank is super duper mobile. It is lovely. We've now got a 50.53 degree a second hull rotation speed, which means the tank turns on a sixpence very, very quickly. We've got 39.87 degrees a second on the turret rotation speed, though, which is a hell of a lot slower than the track traverse, so bear that in mind. Now we've moved on to the 100mm R11, which is the second gun, and it's not an autoloader yet. And this experience of this gun was hateful. Yep. Truly, I hated every second of it. It was dreadful. The stock gun, for some reason, no rhyme or reason behind it, felt so much better in terms of its accuracy and everything about its accuracy. Which is weird, because its stats aren't that much worse, or are actually a little bit better. And I don't understand it. It just shots like that all the time. Misses. Pain. Horribleness. That's what this gun does. And this replay is a perfect example of why I hated this gun. It really is. It really is. It was pure pain for me. I absolutely hated this gun. But then, like I said, the tank, we missed that one as well. Like I said, the tank then revolutionises when you get to the top gun. But anyway, I digress. We've got a 6.79 second reload with this gun, which is 2.8k DPM. 230 penetration on the standard AP rounds, with 269 penetration on the premium APCR rounds. 1,050 meters a second shell velocity on the standard AP, with 1,187 meters a second on the premium APCR, which means that they are slightly above average in terms of their velocity. 0.28 accuracy at 100 meters is pretty accurate, apparently, until you start missing shots all the time. 2.89 accuracy during rotation is poor, but that's like the stock gun. 0.76 accuracy during rotation, again, isn't the best, but is better than the stock gun was. And let's say we've got a 1.81 second aim time, which means we aim in way quicker. But yeah, generally the gun handling on this vehicle, and I don't know what it is about it, it just feels tragic. And it was really frustrating to play through. I'm just sitting here going, please, gun, hit me some shots for all that is holy. You know, and it was genuinely not a nice experience. And I'd probably stick with the stock gun and save some silver in that regard too, right? And just pick up the autoloader when you get there. So as you've seen with this second replay, we're up to 1,674 damage, 2 kills, and we're going after one of the last tanks alive, which is the T-44A. Get the RBRT on, put the shot into his back, ram him, get him trapped in the corner so we can do more damage with the ram. He gets finished off by the NM116, and we finish with a pretty damn average game there for the Skoda T50 in a pretty... well, on a pretty decent map as well. 2.3k damage, 288 assistance with the second class. Yeah, generally, I hated this middle gun. It really... It's really annoying because when I look at all the statistics of it, and I look at the penetration is great. The statistics of it get just a little bit better in general than the stock gun. And then I play that middle gun, and I sit there going, why? Why do you underperform for me so badly when the stock gun I had zero problems with it? I just don't understand. I don't understand it. But then we got to the Top Gun. And oh boy, it becomes so much nicer. And you feel the role that this tank was supposed to play, and you go, oh yeah, baby, this is what we're here for. So we've now got the 100mm AK-1, and as you can see, we've turned into an autoloader. We've got a 22.12 second reload for the full clip. Oh, thanks for that gun. That was great. But yeah, we've got a 22.12 second reload, which is 2.2k DPM. So naturally, we've gone way down in DPM, but that's because we've gained burst fire. We've got 0.28 accuracy at 100 meters, with 2.81 accuracy during movement, which again it's not got much better as the guns have gone along, to be fair, and 0.74 accuracy during rotation, which again is only a little bit better than the previous gun. 1.99 second aim time means it does aim in pretty quickly. It does bloom out quite a lot because of the poor accuracy during movement, but the aim time at 1.99 is quite nice. You've got a 1.8 second intraclip reload on this 3-shot autoloader, which means it does dish out the damage pretty quickly, as you've already seen. 248 penetration on the standard APCR rounds, with 310 penetration on the premium heat rounds. So we've got 1400 meters a second shell velocity on the standard APCR, which is glorious. The shell velocity is fantastic on that standard APCR round. 900 meters a second shell velocity on the premium heat round is so much slower. It's below average in terms of its velocity as well, which means it is so much more noticeable when you're shooting at distance how much lead you are going to have to give. So bear in mind that when you are shooting at targets in the distance with heat, that you're going to have to give a lot more lead than you will do with the standard APCR rounds. But the standard APCR rounds on this vehicle are very, very nice. And it means that you can do stuff like what we're going to do in this replay, which is when you get into a good position to farm, this tank farms. You dump the clip really quickly and then get back out the enemy's ire, reload, do it all over again, baby. That's what this tank does. So we're up to 3.1k damage, make that 3.4k damage, 3.8k damage, and 4.1k damage. We're up to 4.1k damage with 837 assistance, and we're just doing what the Skoda T50 wants to do, and it's what you're getting a small taste of what is to come with the next tank in the TVP as well, in what you're going to be experiencing. Because that tank obviously gets a 4-shot autoloader of this gun, which means you put out a little bit more damage. But we've seen the 4005. That 4005 has always been in the back of my mind. That was at the back of their spawn there. Because when we shot at the M46A1, I was looking for the 4005 and went, oh, another tank. And so I shot it. But I want to get rid of it again. I don't like 183mm of pain. I've experienced 183mm of pain. It's painful. You don't want it. So if you can avoid it, glorious. So we go for the shot in here into the Shah 40T. Hopefully finish it off. Oh, and sadly, the first shot he stopped dead when I thought he'd keep going. The second shot penned it, put it down to a 1-shot, and the third shot naturally missed, which meant that the Shah 40T got away with his hit points. We're up to 5.1k damage with 837 assistance, and their team currently are winning, which is not good. Something shoots at us, or something shot somewhere near us anyway, missed, and we're just going to keep our eye out for that 4005. It's like, where is he? There he is. We ricochet on the 4005, really? But we get 2 shots in, putting him down to a 1 clip. He is now clippable for me, which is great. And if we can get rid of him, that is what we are going to do here in the Skoda T50. So we're just waiting for the reload, and then we're going to get rid of it. So it's just going to keep our eye on him. There he is. I'm like, dude, you've just taken a full clip from me. Are you just going to sit there and, well, era 1, if we're honest, and we finish him off as he deletes an IS-4M. But we finish him off there for our 6.5k damage mark in this game with our first kill of the game too. Their team has dropped like flies. We were losing at one stage, we're now winning 5-3. And there's only 3 tanks left on the enemy team. We get spotted and detected, which makes me think that there's something else in the distance towards their spawn. But we've caught out the T34, put 1, 2, and then 3 in to finish off the T34 there for 7,064 damage and our second kill. We know where one of the last 2 tanks is, and there's the M46A1 still in their spawn at the back at K8. So we know that we can wait for our reload and just go in on this Centurion 5-1, realistically. And it's like, hello, Mr. Centurion 5-1, just wait for my reload and I can clip you out, sir. So we aim for the lower plate, because if we hit the upper plate with our heat rounds, which is all we had left, there's a chance that the heat round could just get absorbed, because the spaced armor on the upper plate of the Centurion 5-1. You've got to be very careful of that. So we aim for the lower plate, and we finished him off. And we finished with 3 kills, 7.9k damage, 831 assistance, ace tanker, the high caliber, and yeah, that was the end of the grind for us as well, which was nice. And what is a very, very nice game for the Skoda T50, which is a very, very nice tank, and especially when you get it fully upgraded, it is a hell of a lot of fun. That autoloader is great. But just know that if you don't really like autoloaders, you're going to struggle with this one on the TVP. But you do have the choice to go to a single shot, realistically, if you want to, with this vehicle, and just avoid this gun. It's down to you, really. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
A great success.